Hi guys, welcome back. It looks like I gotta get my glass on. Tranquility is our next stop. I believe, anyway. Let me just look quick here. Yeah, let's do that one. Let's see here. Healing. And I believe I got everything for... Let's talk to Dog.
He wasn't like this in Lothering. I think he misses the open fields.
City life not agreeing with you?
He just needs to get out more. Don't you, boy?
But if he's with us, who'd keep Gamlen's debt collectors away?
Take it. I'm sick of what's-his-name staring and panting.
Gamlen, honestly, a Mabari understands what you say. Try using his name.
What's wrong with Dog? Real easy to remember.
Okay. I know, not very creative of me, but...
Never a shortage of idiots who think they can take the streets in the dark. But good reward in getting rid of them.
Okay, Varric. Let's see here. Let's make sure we can pick up the chest.
These streets should be safe at night. Care to help out with that?
Oh, we're doing that, I thought. Let's pick up here. And through here. Through here. Here you go.
I think I found something of yours. I had never thought to see this again. Thank you.
Okay. All right. let's return.
What'll it be, Sir Templar?
Sir Templar.
How can these nighttime streets be so dangerous? We should clear these idiot thugs out.
Sure thing, brother.
Guardsmen have a...
Speaking of healing, there we go. God, that's so fugly. Oh well. Is there anything in there? Yes, yes there is. I love how we get attacked by thugs and he stands there. Good job, Captain of the Guards. Well, you're not Captain yet, are you? Alright, I don't want to start this one yet. I want to get stuff if there's stuff to pick. Come on. There we go.
That was beautiful!
I mean, if this thing would work, it's great. But it's giving me all sorts of grief. Alright. Now let's do this. Let's go get Anders. Box over here.
I saw Carl go inside a few minutes ago. No Templars so far. Are you ready?
I didn't see anyone suspicious out here. Let's do this fast.
All right. I'll handle the talking. You watch for Templars. When we find Carl, just let me talk to him.
I'm not too worried about searching this right now. We'll be back.
Anders, I know you too well. I knew you would never give up.
What's wrong? Why are you talking like...
I was too rebellious, like you. The Templars knew I had to be... made an example of.
No!
How else will mages ever master themselves? You'll understand, Anders. As soon as the Templars teach you to control yourself. This is the apostate.
No!
You will never take another mage as you took him.
You won't be screwed for this!
What is wait? Now you fall!
If you have a plan.
Oh, I didn't mean to click on you, Harry.
Anders, what did you do? It's like... you brought a piece of the Fade into this world. I had already forgotten what that feels like.
I thought the Tranquil were cut off from the Fade forever.
When you're tranquil, you never think on your life before. But... it's like the Fade itself is inside Anders. Burning like a sun. Please, kill me before I forget again. I don't know how you brought it back, but it's fading.
Carl, no!
I would rather die than be tranquil. Help him.
I got here too late. I'm sorry, Carl. I'm so sorry.
Now! It's fading! Why do you look at me like that?
Goodbye. We should leave before more Templars come.
That wasn't normal magic you just did, was it?
This is hard to explain. When I was in Amaranthine, I met a spirit of justice who was trapped outside the Fade. We became friends, and he recognized the injustice that mages in Thedas face every day.
And that's different than a demon.
Just as demons prey on the deadly sins of mankind, there are good spirits who embody our virtues. Spirits of compassion, fortitude, justice. They are the Maker's first children, and they have all but given up on us.
What does this have to do with your eyes glowing?
To live outside the Fade, he needed a host. I offered to help him. We were going to work together, bring justice to every child ever ripped away from his mother to be sent to the Circle. But I guess I had too much anger. Once he was inside me, he changed.
So, you have this spirit of justice living in your head?
It's not like that. He's gone now. He's part of me. It's not like we can have a conversation. I feel his thoughts as my own. Not even the greatest scholar could tell you where I end and he begins.
That really didn't look like a happy, benevolent spirit from where I was standing.
The Templars will think the same. We're friends with a monster.
Since when is justice happy? Justice is righteous. Justice is hard. But my anger, when I see Templars now, things that have always outraged me, but I could never do anything about, he comes out. And he is no longer my friend, Justice. He is a force of vengeance, and he has no grasp of mercy.
Can justice ever be separated from you?
I don't think so. The only way a spirit has ever been separated from a living host is by its death. The curse is of my own making. All I can do now is hope to control it.
Can you bring him out at will?
No. He comes only when I've lost all power over myself. It's a madness, a frenzy. I only find out after what I might have done.
Wow. Your problems make mine seem small.
Here. These are all the documents I have for this area. I can understand if you would rather me not join you personally. I cannot control my need for vengeance. I would ask no one to take on the danger of traveling with me. I will be here in my clinic if you need me.
Brother. Just for a moment so I can... Okay, so we got new codex, Enders. Magic is a tool, same as a bow or sword. Would you cut off a child's hands to ensure he never wields one in anger? Anders has a rocky history with the Circle of Magi. Taken from his family when his talent first manifested, Anders was still a boy the first time he ran away from the Circle. Recaptured and returned dozens of times, Anders still considered only a reckless scamp by the first enchanter Irving, who thought his easy temper and sense of humor made him no true threat. But during his final escape, Anders befriended the warden commander of Amaranthine and accepted an offer to become a Grey Warden. Life as a warden changed him, introducing him to the free fade spirit called Justice, who slowly convinced Anders, who turned his attention beyond his personal suffering. Infused with Justice fever, Anders offered to merge with the spirit in the name of a mage freedom, starting them both down a dangerous path that turned the purity of justice into an unthinkable hatred of vengeance. Okay. Already read that. Okay, so the Tranquil. Although apprentices do not know the nature of the harrowing, all of them understand its consequences. They either pass or become fully mages, or they are never seen again. Those who fear to undertake this rite of passage, or those who are deemed too weak or unstable, are given the rite of tranquility instead. They actually procedure like the harrowing is secret, but the results are just as well known. The rite severs connection to the fade. The tranquil therefore do not dream. This removes the greatest danger that threats a weak or unprepared mage, the potential to attract demons across the veil. But this is the least of tranquility's effect, for absence of dreams brings with it the end of all magical ability as well as all emotion. The tranquil, ironically, resemble sleepwalkers, never entirely awake nor asleep. They are still part of our circle, however, and some might say they are the most critical part. They have incredible power of concentration, for it's simply impossible to distract a tranquil mage, and this makes them capable of becoming craftsmen of such skills that they rival even the adeptness of the dwarves. The Formerati, the branch of the circle devoted to item enchantments, is made up exclusively of tranquil and is the source of all wealth that sustains our towers. From On Tranquility and the role of the Fade in human society by first enchanter Joseph. Okay. Okay. Mark on red. Okay, now level you up here. Back. Oh, lordy. Can't do any of that yet. Give you some actual abilities here. Okay then. Oh, I'm okay with you having Mr. Wiggums. What did I just do? Oh well. Okay. Okay. Let's get out of here.
Free.
Not yet. This one.
Let's finish this!
Order will rule!
Yeah. Let's search around here. Aha, elf fruit. Take that, please. Alright, elf fruit was the first used by the elves of Erathon. Hence the name. The root gave the medicines particular efficiency. So when the Imperium conquered the elves, the magisters adopted its use and popularity spread to all corners of the empire. Elfroot is a hardy plant with the green leaves that grow wild in many places. It's so common that it tends to show up in most gardens and fields, almost like weeds. Unlike a weed, however, most people appreciate having access to this wonderful little plant. The roots can be used in very little preparation. Rubbing some juice on a wound, for example, will speed up healing and numb pain. And chewing on a slice of roots treats minor ailments like indigestion, phlegms, and hoarse throat. There are several varieties, but the most useful herbalists are the bitter, gossamer, and the royal elf roots. An expert from the Botanical Columns by Innes. All right. There we go.
Old Shemlin.
Oh, you
Your
guys
kind
look
are not
great.
welcome among the Dalish.
What did you just call me?
What's a Shemlin?
An elven slur for human.
It means you're not one of the people, and you should leave now.
Who are you people?
We are the last of the Elven.
Keep that in mind, Hawk. Elves you see elsewhere, figments of your imagination.
They have given up their identity to live among Shemlin. They're elven no more.
I was given an amulet for someone named Marathari.
How do you know that name?
Wait, this is the one the Keeper spoke of.
A Shemlin? I thought she'd be an elf.
Enter the camp. Keeper Marithari has been waiting for you.
Cause trouble, and you'll meet our blades, stranger.
Marithari, I was told to bring you this amulet.
Andarana Tishan, travelers. Indeed, I am Keeper Marithari. Let me look at you. There's truth in your face. A rare thing in a human. Tell me how this burden fell to you, child.
Your guard said you spoke of me. How did you know I was coming?
I listened. To the wind, to the birds, as the hunters do. To my dreams. I watched the stars. There is great wisdom to be found all around us, if you know how to listen for it. But I was not certain. Nothing is certain.
Are you the leader of these Dalish? Why did the witch tell me to bring this amulet to you?
I am the keeper of this clan. It is my task to guide my people and to ensure the old ways are not forgotten. As for Asha Belinar, I am tied to her, just as you are, by a debt that must be repaid.
Exactly what have I been carrying around? Is it magic?
It is a promise, child. Made by one whose word still has weight. And therefore, it has terrible power. There are few things in this world stronger than a promise kept. Remember that.
This amulet's owner rescued my family from the Blight. In return, I agreed to bring it to you.
I honor you for coming to me. But I'm afraid your part in this is not done yet. The amulet must be taken to an altar at the top of the mountain and given a Dalish rite for the departed. Then, return the amulet to me. Do this and your debt will be repaid.
Are you going to teach me this rite for the departed?
I will send my first with you. She will see to it the ritual is done. And when it is complete, I must ask that you take her with you when you go.
Who is your first? First of what?
Your people would call her my apprentice, or heir. Merrill would have taken my place as keeper. But she has chosen a new path. Please, guide her safely from here.
If that's what you want.
It isn't what I want, but it is what she wants. You will find Merrill waiting for you on the trail just up the mountain. Dareth Shiral.
All right. So... the Dalish Elves. In time, the human empires will crumble. We have seen it happen countless of times. Until then, we wait. We keep to the wilds, our borderlands. We raise Hala and build Aravels and present a movie target to the humans around us. We try to keep a hold of the old ways to relearn what was forgotten. We call to the ancient gods, although they do not answer and have not heard us since the fall of Arathon, so that one day that they might remember us. Elgadar, the eldest of the sun, and he who overthrew his father, Matharo, the protector, Fenharel, the dread wolf, Aradol, the huntress, Faldine, the friend of the dead, Dermathemane, the keeper of secrets, Gilhanion, I'm probably butchering these, I apologize, the mother of Hala, June, the master of crafts, and Silas, the hearth keeper. We gather every 10 years for the Eravahen to retell the ancient stories and keep them alive. For when the human kingdoms are gone, we must be ready to teach others what it means to be Elven. A as told by Gesheral, keeper of Repin clan of the Dalish Elves. Okay. Nothing here. Nothing there. Art of War. Letters. Okay. The Tales of Eilern. In the days after the rising of Zekel, the Dark Ones covered the corners of the land. The archdemon drove all the nations of the world before him, Shelmans and Elven alike. In the far north, where the hills wander the plains, and the earth is internally baked beneath the uncaring sun, the lands which the Shelms call Anethels, a clan of our people, lived, struggled to survive the blight. Loren, their keeper, a hunter in his younger days, craftily as any wolf, he led his people away just ahead of the darkspawn who chased them. But the old hunter knew that even Hala cannot run forever. They must turn and fight, or be run down. At the foot of the Menardine, the darkspawn cornered Iron's clan. That night the moon was strangled by clouds, the earth concealed by the dread mist that rose out of nowhere, so that the Elven could not tell up from down. In confusion the darkspawn attacked, but Loren had prepared for them. All around the camp the hunters had strewn dry grass, brushes, and brambles. When the sound of the rustling of footfalls began, Loren and the other Hiren called upon the old magic. They struck out with lightning, and although the bolts missed the darkspawn, they hit their targets all the same. The sea of kindling lit, and not one of the dark creatures made it through the fire to reach Loren's clan. From the Tales of Loren, written by Zatharin, as it was passed down to keeper from generations. Okay. Hello? Geography of Thedas. Thedas is bound to the east by Amaranthine Oceans, to the west by Chernith Forest and the Hunthorn Mountains. To the south by Snowy Waste lies beyond the Orkney Mountains, and to the north the Adorkan Forest. The word Thedas is Devinter in origin, originally used to refer to the land borders the Imperium. As the Imperium lost its stranglehold on conquering nations, more and more lands became Thedas, until finally the people applied the name to the entire continent. The northern parts of Thedas is divided among the Elderfels, the Devinter Imperium, Antiva, and Ravane, with the islands held by Kronori just off the coast. Central Thedas consists of the Free Marches, Navarra, and Olay, with Ferelden to the south. What lies beyond the snowy waste is a mystery. The freezing temperatures and the barren lands have kept even the most intrepid cartographers at bay. Simply, the western reaches to the Anderfels have never been fully explored, even by the Anders themselves. We do not know if the dry steeps are shadowed by mountains, or if they extend all the way to a nameless sea. There must be another land, continuance, or other lands, continents, or islands, perhaps across Amaranthine or the north of Parvalan, for the Kronori arrived in Thedas from somewhere. But beyond that deduction, we know nothing. From In the Pursuit of Knowledge, in a travel of the Chantry Scholar by Brother Genitivi. Alright, we got more here.
Maybe it's not the mountain.
Vaseline. Blood writing. After my encounter with Dalish Elves on the road to Navarra, I studied every book on elves I could find. I sought out legends and myths and history and tried to make sense of it all. But there is only so much one can learn from books. I knew in order to truly understand the Dalish, I would have to seek them out. A dreadful idea, in hindsight. In my defense, I was young. and also inebriated when the idea popped into my head. Unfortunately, even after I had regained some measure of sobriety, the idea still held appeal. It proved remarkably resistant to my attempts to ignore it. I gave in after months of that nagging thought at the back of my head and set out to learn about the Dalish firsthand. I trampled through the forest bordering Olay for weeks before I finally found, or what found by, a Dalish hunter. I stumbled into one of his traps and suddenly was hanging from a tree with a rope about my ankles. So there I was, defenseless, upside down with my robes over my head, my underclothes on display. Descriptions of my predicament might elicit laughter these days, but trust me when I say it was a situation I would not wish on anyone. Thankfully, my ridiculous appearance may have caused my captor to stay his hand. What threat is a silly human with his pants showing? And so he sat, made a small fire, and began to skin a deer he had caught. I soon mustered the courage to speak. I tried to assure him that I was not there to harm him, but he laughed at this, and replied that if I were there to harm him, I had failed terribly. Eventually we got to talking, and when I say talking, I meant that I asked him questions, and occasionally he would designed to answer. He told me that while some Dalish actively seek out human travelers to rob or frighten, most of his people would rather be left alone. He seems to believe that the punishing the humans for the past actions only led to more violence. I asked him about the intricate tattoos on his face. He told me they were called Vaselines, blood writings. His was a symbol of Undru the Huntress, one of the most likely revered elven goddesses. He said that Dalish marked themselves to stand out from the humans and from those of their kin who have chosen to live under human rule. He says that the Vaseline reminds his people that they must never again surrender their beliefs. When he finished skinning the deer, he cut me down. By the time I had righted myself and conquered the dizziness of all the blood rushing out of my head, he was gone. I do not recommend that my readers seek out the Dalish for themselves. I was lucky to have met the man that I did, and to have walked away from our meeting unscathed. Perhaps the Maker watches over those who seek knowledge with an open heart. I certainly would like to think so. From Pursuit of Knowledge, The Travels of a Chantry Scholar by Brother Genetivi.
You that's cursed my love.
You always know just what to say to put my mind at ease. Shemlin. Wonderful. Make your business.
Arathon, Part 1. Before the ages were named or numbered, our people were glorious and eternal and never changing. Like the great oak tree, they constant in their traditions, strong in their roots, and ever reaching for the sky. They felt no need to rush when life was endless. They worshipped their gods for months at a time. Decisions came after decades of debate and introduced could last for years. From time to time, our ancestors would drift into a century-long slumber, but this was not death. Before we knew, they wandered the fade in dreams. In those ages, our people called all the lands Alhan, which in old language means place of our people, and at the center of the world stood the great city of Arathon, a place of knowledge and debate, where the best of the ancient elves would go to trade knowledge, greet old friends, and settle disputes that had gone for millennia. But while our ancestors were caught up in the forever cycle of ages, drifting through life at what we today would consider intolerable pace, the world outside the luscious forests and ancient trees was changing. The humans first arrived from Palvalan to the north, called Shems or Quickenings by the ancients. The humans were pitiful creatures who lived blinked by an instant. whose lives blinked by in an instant. When they first met the elves, the humans were brash and warlike, quick to anger and quick to fight, with no patience for the unhurried pace of the elven diplomat. But the humans brought worse things than war with them. Our answers provide subtle to human diseases, and for the first time in history, elves died of natural causes. What's more, those elves who spent time bartering and negotiating with humans found themselves aging, tempted by the human brash and the impatient lives. Many believed that the ancient gods had judged them unworthy of their long lives and cast them down among the quickened. Our ancestors came to look upon the humans as parasites, which I understand is similar to the way the humans see our people in the cities. The ancient elves immediately moved to close Ella off from the humans, for fear that the quickening effects would crumble the civilization. The fall of Erathon, as told by Gerhard, keeper of the Reckling clan of Dalish Elves.
I am Master Island, a crafter for this clan. Forced to stay so close to this Shemlin city, I've seen my share of outsiders pass through our camp. Is there something you needed?
Are you a specialist? What sort of things do you make?
A Dalish crafter does many things. We create weapons, armor, anything our clan has need of.
I don't need anything right now.
Of course.
All right. I really don't need those. Don't need that. Get rid of those. We're going to be coming across a lot. I don't remember if she has. We'll come back if we need that. Actually, let's take it anyway.
Dalish crafting is second to none, I assure you.
Map of occupied Kirkwall, a map with a generous interpretation of the reach of Olay. Many skimmed documents were thrown from the window each time Kirkwall was liberated, much to the frustration of those in the gallows tasked with the recording keepings. Okay. I can't use that? Oh, I bet it's for Merrill. Whatever. Well, hopefully the stuff that I have for her.
Let's go up to the angry wandering elves and...
Ah, we did. Weren't you there? You were there. We're going over here to see if there's some stuff that we need. Nothing. Okay. Alright, let's go meet her and then we'll end the episode.
Oh, I didn't hear. You must be the one the Keeper told me about. Anethera.
I'm so sorry. I didn't ask your name. Unless... It's not rude to ask a human their name, is it? I'm Merrill, which you probably knew already. I'm rambling, sorry.
Okay, so... I didn't download the hair I wanted, apparently. Considering she's almost bald. But it's okay. it works with her. So we're gonna go on a little rant here. If you played DA2 as Dalish, you see Merrill and Keeper Marithari or whatever. Merrill in that one was bright and assertive, not shy at all, even when it came to communicating with humans. And in this one, they made Merrill ditzy, dumb, unintelligent, and what she does later on when we find out what she has with her and why she's leaving, I mean, it was a great storyline to go off of, but it made it completely ridiculous to not put any more kind of info into it or why she did that, and made her comments and when she speaks be really kind of dummied down, I guess. I think they could have educated her a little more on why she did that to seem more purposeful. But again, they just made her so stupid, and she was not like that. Yeah, and I was kind of upset with the dumbing down of her. Anyway, end of rant. Let's go ahead, find out who she is.
We didn't get a proper introduction.
I am, or was, I suppose, the first to keep a Marithari. I've studied the old ways for as long as I can remember. I know things. The law of the Dalish that can help us get to the summit of Sundermort.
And I do know that when you're the first, you're separated, even sometimes from your clan and whatnot. But she would have to integrate with the clan most of the time to learn the prospects of being a keeper.
Why are you leaving the Dalish for Kirkwall?
I have to. Let's leave it at that for now, all right?
I get the feeling you're in trouble.
It's not like that. Not exactly, anyway. The Keeper and I have disagreements, but it will sort itself out in time.
Did you hear that strange noise?
Oh, I didn't hear anything.
You seem awfully nervous.
I've never met a human before. Dalish mothers frighten their children with stories about you, you know. Not you, personally, of course. I'm sure they don't have any tales about you. Or not scary ones, at least. Not that you're not notable enough to have a story. I'll just shut up now.
Yeah, see, that's what I didn't care for. Yes, the Dalish do frighten or, you know, overstep that. They're mad at the humans, and rightly so, but still.
You'll have to work harder than that to offend me. My name's Hawk.
Thank you. I'm afraid I'm not very experienced with your kind. The Keeper said you came from Ferelden. I spent most of my life there. We only came north a few years ago. Have you been in the Free Marches long? Do you like it here?
Oh, I miss the cold. And the dirt. Kirkwall's not brown enough for me. But hey, no Darkspawn.
Ferelden wasn't that brown. The dirt and muck gave it character. We should go. Your task is for Asher Belenar. It's not wise to make her wait.
What do we have to do with the amulet?
It's a funeral of sorts. I'll perform it when we get to the mountaintop. Getting there is the tricky part. Our hunters haven't been able to reach the summit. Dark things are about.
I take it you've been expecting me to bring this amulet for some time.
The Keeper brought us here to wait for you. I don't know much more than that. I do know that you have Asher Belenar's amulet. And we must bring it to the altar on the mountaintop. Nothing more.
Do you know the witch who sent me here?
No, not personally. My people tell stories of her, though. You're very lucky. Most people who meet Asher Belenar wind up in little pieces, hanging from the trees.
Let's get this over with.
Alright, Merrill. The stories tell us that all Elephant once had the gift, but like so many things, it was lost. It's a keeper's job to remember to restore what we can. As each generation passes, magic becomes more rare among the Dalish. As the gift dies out, talented children are moved between clans so that every keeper has a successor, and no clan is in danger of being left without guidance. Merrill was born to the Aranon clan, which wandering the hills of Navarra. She was the third child of the clan with the ancient gift born to her. When the next Arathon gathering of the clans occurred, she was given to the Sabrain clan to be the first to the keeper of Marathari. Merrill was just 4 years old. She spent most of her life in Ferelden and the Kokori Wilds until her clan was driven north by the Blight. Alright guys, that's where we're going to end it. If you didn't listen to DA2, I do have a busy day tomorrow and probably won't have time to record. I'm going to try. I have to do a packed lunch for the volleyball girls on my daughter's team tomorrow. I also have to work today, so I'm trying to record as much as I can today, edit, and get it dropped in today. Because she had a game yesterday, I wasn't able to do too much recording. I did edit and get 3 videos out, but we will try to continue to get most of what we can done today. Again, tomorrow there might not be any videos up, but hopefully there will be at least one. So we'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye now.